This video has been a long time in the making. I have never been more excited about a video than this one right here. I often talk about how my bedroom is probably the most neglected room in this house. I have frequently talked about how this room is just always a neglected area. I have some risky ideas. I don't know how they're going to turn out. I haven't seen it done much, but I don't know. I really want to do it. And it all started with this white comforter. 3 kids, 4 dogs. It's really hard to keep clean. So I knew I wanted to get a new comforter or duvet. So the crazy idea begins with what's in this box. This is a classic hardcore bundle from Brooklinen. I went with the classic hardcore bundle because it is high quality hotel feel, but this particular bundle is good for hot sleepers, and your girl is a hot sleeper. Also, when you purchase their hardcore bundles, you automatically save an extra 20%. In the classic bundle, you get 2 pillowcases, you get a duvet cover, and you get a sheet set, which comes with 1 flat sheet, 1 fitted sheet, and 2 pillowcases. Now, I went with the same color for each. You do not have to go with all one color. You're gonna see the look I'm kind of going for, and it is going to be special. But you can mix it up. They have different colors, they even have some sheets that have patterns on them. I chose to do all one color though. I don't know if I will regret that decision or not, but I have a vision, okay? The vision is all blue, picture it, all blue, all the same color, and then an accent wall, the same color. Yeah? It's always a little nerve-wracking when you have a vision and you've never really seen it before. But you know what? It's sheets and paint, and we can change it if we need to. You'll have to stick around to see if it works out in my favor or not, because this could be a disaster. This was like an early Christmas present for Steven and I, and it's future Shannon right now. It's done, and it turned out better than I could have ever imagined. I can't wait for you guys to see the finished product. Anyway, if you would like to gift yourselves a new bedding set for Christmas, Brooklinen is having a special sale from December 7th to December 10th where you can get 25% off their ultimate bestsellers. I will have all the links and details in the description box. Thank you, Brooklinen, for sponsoring this video. Next up, we have a few painting projects, but these are not painting clothes, so let's go ahead and change out of those. All right. We are all set. Okay, the first order of business is taking care of these Facebook Marketplace side tables I found really a couple years ago. As you can see, I already started to kind of prime them. They had some strange markings coming out. I don't know if it was almost oily, but something was seeping out of the crack. So I tried spraying some kilts on it to see if I can seal it up, and I couldn't. And I started on these probably 6 months ago. I actually had planned to film a whole video really just based around these side tables and just refinishing and making them over. That obviously didn't work out. I got discouraged by this because I didn't know how to handle it properly. So today I was like, you know what? We're just going to roll with the punches on this one. I called in reinforcements, my husband, and he was actually critical to this project because I probably would have sanded down that top again, kilted it again, and painted the whole thing white, which that wasn't my original plan for these. When I saw these on Facebook Marketplace, I thought, I'm going to stain the top of that and paint the base like a white color. That was my vision for these. And when that wasn't working out, I was super bummed about it. But there's one thing about my husband. Well, there's lots of things that I love about him, but this one particular thing that's really special about him is he has no quit. He has absolutely no quit in him. When he found out that I didn't originally want to paint the whole things white and that I wanted to stain the top, he said, I will fight through that and I will sand those down for you. And he did. He spent at least 1 to 2 hours sanding the tops of these and getting them down. Here's me just pretending like I'm making some sort of dent in it. Yeah, I was like, oh, let me just go ahead. You've been sanding for an hour. Let me just come and finish it off and get all the satisfaction. Oh, poor Steven. No, we actually had a really good time working on this project together. So I think I'm actually going to go back to my plan A and try and salvage this. You can still see some, I don't know what this is that just keeps coming out of the wood. It almost seemed like an oil that was coming out because it was still wet. And these have been sitting in the garage for a couple years. So I really have no idea what that stuff was, but it seems like Steven was able to sand it all the way down and get that out of there. I'm grateful for his persistency because these turned out to be my most favorite piece in the room makeover. I bought this paint 6 months ago. I hope it's still good. This color is called Cotton Knit, and it's kind of like an off-white creamy color. It's really, really beautiful, actually.
Not as really, really beautiful as my wife.
Oh, that's sweet. And this is like one of my favorite paints to paint with. It's a cabinet and door trim enamel. It just finishes so beautifully. This is the same paint I used on Eric's dresser when I redid his dresser. And you basically go in, it's self-leveling. And so I'll go in and I'll do 1 coat of paint, and then I'll come back, I'll do like a light sand over it and do a 2nd coat of paint. And it just finishes so beautifully. And one thing, when I've done dressers in the past, the drawers always stick, because that was not the first time I've done that particular dresser. I did it before when I was younger, like in college, and I just didn't do it right. The drawers would stick so bad. I may have put too much paint in here. I also think the kind of paint you use on furniture matters, which is why I'm a big fan of this cabinet and trim enamel, because I feel like it dries hard, so you don't have that weird sticky texture at the end. I did notice that this go around, the paint was extremely thick, and that's normal, that's natural, but it didn't do the self-leveling that it did on a previous project, and I think that's because it has been sitting in my garage and in the Texas heat through the summer, so that probably had a small effect on it. But I rolled with it. It still turned out great. You know, we don't worry about perfection. This is actually already dry. It dries super fast. We're definitely going to need 2 coats, but we're going to really let that cure for probably about an hour. Here's a quick update. Look how beautiful. That's going to stain up real nice. And I was actually able to get about 2.5 coats. The 3rd coat was very light. So those are drying and looking great. We're almost done.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire.
All right, well, we finished prepping and painting these side tables, I just wanted to take a few minutes to reflect on our 3 positive things. If you're new here, I frequently share with you 3 positive things that happened to me the day before, and you know, if you would like to participate, you can share in the comments your 3 positive things. I have struggled with depression through the years, and I'm thankful that I have come out of it. A lot of my depression was dependent on the way I physically felt. And now that I'm physically feeling better, I feel the depression lifting. I still have bad days, but I would not call it depression. One of the things that helped me survive those dark days was writing down 3 positive things that happened to me the day before. I try not to think of things I'm grateful for. For some reason, my brain just goes straight, oh, family, a roof over my head, God, that sort of thing. So trying to be specific to what happened the day before helps keep it fresh, if you will. So go ahead in the comment section and let me know your 3 positive things. My 3 positive things are pretty obvious. I got a new bedroom and it's fantastic. I am thankful that I had the physical energy to do this. In the past, doing and taking on big projects like this would really zap me, and I would have to take like a week to recover, and that has not been the case with this. So I'm grateful for, you know, being able to do things like this. They energize me so much. I mean, I just love doing them. I wish I could do room makeovers full time and just get paid for that. But maybe in another life, right? And I'm also grateful that Steven and I did this together. It was so nice to have a project that he and I could work on. We joke, we're not always the best team when it comes to projects like this. We always joke that, like, if we ever went on like The Amazing Race or, you know, any of those partner competitions, we would fail miserably because we have 2 different communication styles, and it tends to, you know, high pressure situations tend to breed conflict. So we tend to avoid, you know, stressful projects, but this was very laid back and we both enjoyed it. We both sat back and said, you know what, that was actually kind of fun. So I'm really grateful for that experience. New day here. I went ahead and did some work off camera, so let me get you caught up on where we're at, because today is going to be a busy day. Okay, here are the side tables currently. They look fantastic. I couldn't be happier with the way these turned out. I did apparently dribble a little bit. That's okay. I have just a tiny bit of touch-up painting to do, not a lot. I've actually already done 3 coats of shellac over this. It's still a little sticky. I think I would like 1 more just to seal it in really good, so we'll do that later today. Our drawers turned out fantastic. There are those. I need to wash those. And then side tables are done. So I'm excited. That was probably the biggest project that had to be done out of this, just because there's so many steps. It's just a time-consuming process, especially the sanding. Steven must have spent easily an hour on each, sanding down those tops. But the one good thing about Steven is he doesn't have any quit. Me, I got to sanding, I saw that spot, I'm like, not meant to be. Steven, he's like, oh no, you want that? I'm gonna work on it until it's done. So that's why we make a good team, because without that persistence, I wouldn't have gotten my stained top. All right, let's take a look inside, because we've got 1 more big project and then we just have to put everything together. I'm so excited. It's time to move the bed. We are both dreading it because that mattress is so stinking heavy. It's so heavy, and more than heavy, it's awkward because it's kind of floppy. And we kind of came up with a strategy that we would move the side table out of the way, and then we would push it and lean it up sideways. And as you can see, I'm impatient and try to do it by myself, but it did not work. Steven's actually nursing a pretty bad neck injury, and so I really hated to ask him to do any of this heavy lifting, but he's a trooper. And when we moved this mattress to the side, it actually flopped over onto the vanity and shattered my makeup mirror. You'll see that later. Here's a real life moment for you. All the stuff that was stuck under our bed and all the stuff our dog took off and ran under the bed with. You can see all the food wrappers that she picked up. I see someone's shoes that's probably been missing those. This makeover probably couldn't have come at a better time. My goal for this room was to create that luxury hotel experience, really create a retreat for Steven and I that we look forward to walking into and make it a little bit less like an afterthought. My 3 main areas of focus were get a rug to cover up all the stains and the high traffic area marks, create an accent wall that, just pops when you walk in, and then lastly, just create a really comfortable bed with pillows that match. We're just doing the bare minimum here, making sure our bedding matches and is uniform. And for us, that's all it needs. That's all it needed. Oh, there was one more area, the side tables. The side tables we had were from the 1960s, and they were intended to be like couch end tables, not bedside tables. They really didn't offer a whole lot of storage, and they were an eyesore. I am woman, hear me roar. Okay, maybe not. That's a job for Steven. Seeing how easy it is for him to lift it up. Ouch. I really wish we had it in the budget for new carpet. This poor carpet has been through it. I'm pretty sure this has to be original. We've got some dusting and vacuuming we need to do, and there's something on the wall. That's kind of gross. I'm guessing somebody may have spilt a drink. I don't know. That's quite nasty, if you ask me. Mystery spot. I have no shame when it comes to messes around my house. They happen. It is what it is. And this is a judgment-free zone. I know you guys get messes too. I am convinced, though, that I need to pull out my furniture every year. At least once a year in every room. Because I don't... how? There was a headboard in front of that. I don't know. I'm at a loss. But we're going to get it cleaned up and have a fresh wall to paint on.
Can I help?
You want to help?
Yeah.
Sure. Go for it. Let me reach these areas that are a little high. And then you can get the areas that are down low. My little shadow here. It's really hard to do a video without a little appearance from Eric because he is really my little shadow. He's my buddy. We do so much together, and he's really at a wonderful age where he wants to help. He wants to do big boy things. Look how dirty this wall is because somebody always putting their feet up on it.
Oh, that was definitely not me. Yeah.
That was definitely not you. Okay, here is my PSA to get eggshell paint because it cleans off so easily. It's not matte and it's not semi-gloss because matte is difficult to clean, but it's not glossy and it just looks really nice.
You ready for me to clean it up?
Here.
No.
It doesn't even need a magic eraser.
You sure?
Yeah.
Mom.
Nice.
Put a little more into it than you would
Mom.
with the magic eraser, but it won't take the paint off.
I don't know why or how we always miss this on camera, but the vacuum just exploded all over the carpet.
You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I don't know what I'd do without you. You make me smile. What is it that you do?
I don't know if you know this, but you can actually take things like bedding or like a previous paint color chip, if you have it, and you can actually take that to the hardware store and they can match it. And I was actually going to do that with the new Brooklinen sheets and take it and get paint matched. But then Steven remembered he found a navy, oops, for $15 up at the hardware store. And holding it up to it, now for y'all, it looks like a big difference. This looks much bluer in person. But to me, the lighting in here, they're a lot closer. So this actually pulls just a little more gray for me. Anyway, I figured, you know what? Let's give what we already have a try. Save the $40, maybe even $50. I don't know how much this one costs. And see if it's okay. And if not, we can always take this to the paint match store, use this as a primer, and get a better color. But when I was looking on Pinterest, at other navy on navy bedrooms, the navy that they used wasn't exactly the same. It even pulled more gray than the bedding, and it looked great. So I'm okay with a little color variation. Like I said, we're gonna see if it works out. Girl math would say that this paint was absolutely free because we already had it. Whenever we go to the hardware store, we are always looking in the oopsie section. We actually bought this paint to go in our garage because we want to do an accent wall in there because it just right now is a light color and it's filthy, and we just wanted something to cover it up. We didn't even care what the color was. So he originally got this for that, but it worked out so perfectly. So it's like free paint. I didn't even have to buy paint. I have come to really enjoy painting. I do not like the preparation process because, well, let's be honest, the preparation process is a lot more labor intensive and takes longer. But when it comes to painting, I love it. I love seeing that visual change and just smoothing out the paint. There's my little shadow again. Oh, that was so nerve-wracking. We did end up getting paint on the walls, but I just kept telling myself, we're making memories, we're making memories, we're making memories. But he loved painting. Speaking of loving painting. Anyway, my dad taught me how to cut in so you don't have to tape off the corners. Anytime I tape off corners, it just ends up looking awful. I would rather hand cut in the straight lines than tape. I will tape off the baseboards just because drippage, drippage. But even that, I prefer to cut in. The walls in this room are actually quite high. And Steven had to bring in his heavy-duty roofing ladder. I could not even lift this thing. I couldn't have done this makeover without him. He did all the heavy lifting for me. I need to start working out. That's one thing I learned. I really need to do some strength training because I was shocked at how heavy everything was. Anyway, anyone else afraid of ladders? I am not scared of heights, but I am absolutely terrified on ladders. I had to climb all the way up to like the second to last step or third to the last step. And Steven offered to do it for me. I was so scared, but I just fought through and did it. We did have a painting accident on the carpet. Several. There was a glob of paint and Steven stepped in it. Oops. But, okay. I was so stressed out about that. And I'm glad it's over. There's nothing more nerve-wracking than trying to paint a straight line with dark paint on a light background. It's not very forgiving, but I really tried to do like a nice thick coat so I won't have to do it again. So fingers crossed that works out in my favor. I'm gonna let that dry for a moment and come back and do a second coat. I'll probably just do the second coat off camera because it's not near as exciting as the first coat. It's pretty much just styling the room after that. Hopefully all easy stuff. All right, we're ready to start moving stuff back in. Well, I was like, it's starting to get late, but it's only 6:30 p.m. It's just pitch black, dark outside. A while back, we picked up a rug, which kind of inspired the whole color scheme of this room. So let's flash back to when we found that rug. One thing you really got to know about me is I am indecisive. I have commitment issues. I never know what I really want. Am I going to love it? Am I going to hate it after a month? And that's probably the main reason we haven't ever done anything with our room. And so anyway, when I saw this rug, I was like, that is it. I knew it was the one. It had the navies and the golds and the rusts, and I've always been drawn to that color combination. So I was so happy to find this. And you want to know where I found it? Ollie's. Ollie's. It was only like $150. It was such a win. We were trying to figure out which was the best way to get the most coverage on this carpet. We are praying the budget gets a boost so we can get new flooring in the downstairs. This home is about 13 years old and the carpet needs to be replaced. I don't know if this strategy will work, but this is my strategy to smooth it out. I think it's working.
That's a great strategy, Mom.
Thanks, Eric. We had made the mistake of storing this rolled up, standing up in a corner in the upstairs, and so it created a lot of kinks kind of in the middle that we spent a good bit of time trying to iron out with all sorts of ways with our bodies, just by swooshing it down. It didn't work, so it's just something that's probably going to have to adjust over time.
My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon is...
Isn't this bed gorgeous? I'm really hoping it works out. A little backstory on this bed. Someone in the neighborhood was giving it away for free, and I knew I had to have it. At the time, I didn't know it was not a king. I had thought it was a king, but apparently when Steven went to pick it up, the lady informed him it was a California king, and he left out that piece of information when he brought it home and told me what size it was a few hours before we started this makeover. So that is why I said I really hope it works out. And I was very optimistic because it actually looks like it's adjustable from a king to a California king. But you're about to find out why it didn't work. Beautiful, beautiful bed. But I've decided that this pole right here would bother me because this is already a pretty narrow opening between the bed and the dresser. And I know that this would drive me nuts. So, unfortunate turn of events, this bed isn't going to work. Fortunate turn of events, our old bed is in the same color, basically. So, aesthetically, should still work. Here is the first look of the side tables. They turned out way better than I could have imagined. This whole room makeover turned out way better than I imagined. Like I said, I have commitment issues, and I have all these different ideas, and I don't know if they're going to come together or not, or if they're just going to look weird. But I am just so happy with the final result. I cannot wait to show y'all. I know I keep saying that, but I really am excited.
We don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Just tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Just tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire.
My husband said comforters are better than duvet covers, and you know what I said? You can't make blanket statements like that. Da-dunch. That is your dad joke for today. Or shall I say mom joke? We're starting to see the vision come together here, the monochromatic theme. Don't worry, we will be breaking up the blue with different accent pieces. Putting this bed together with the new classic hardcore bundle was the piece de resistance. Is that how you say it? When you slip into this bed, it feels like you just disappear. Which is kind of fitting because the color's called Abyss, so it's like disappearing into the abyss. Anyway, these sheets are amazing. It's been a couple of nights so far. They do indeed keep you cool, and they are so soft. There are a couple of ways that we're going to break up the monochromatic feel of the room. First one being with some art to go over the bed. I purchased these watercolor prints from Amazon, which I thought would be really nice because it pulls in kind of the gray blues and the blue blues to help tie everything in together. And also, if you notice, the motif is that of a leaf. How appropriate, right? So we got to pick out which ones we like. And then I've had these for some time. They're just a real good quality frame, gold frame with an 8x10, but matted so it looks bigger. So we're going to put those together now. And just because I know somebody's going to ask, I got the frames from Michael's when they were on sale again several years ago. This room makeover has been several years in the making, just collecting things that I liked. And then the prints are from Amazon. I was actually going to paint these myself because I knew I wanted navy watercolor leaves. But I just took a stab and looked on Amazon to see if they had anything, and they did. And they even had like a canvas-like texture to them. So they looked realistic. They were only like 11 or 12 bucks for the whole set. So it saved me a lot of time and headache trying to paint them myself. So I tried hanging these with command strips, and y'all, I don't know what it is about me. I'm sure it's user error, but I never have success with command strips, ever. They always end up falling down. It doesn't matter if the wall is semi-gloss, matte finish, they just always end up falling down. And actually, when I started editing this video, the two on the left fell down right away. So I haven't yet, but I'm going to have to put nails in the wall, which I was trying to avoid because we had just patched and painted this wall, but it seems it's unavoidable. Y'all got to tell me if I'm the only one, and if so, what am I doing wrong? Sometimes I prep the wall, doesn't make a difference. Sometimes I don't prep the wall to see if that makes a difference, doesn't make a difference. And the last couple of ways that we are breaking up the blue is putting on these accent pillows and a blanket that I picked up from Home Goods. And as you can see, I was quite excited seeing it all come together. And there's the mirror. R.I.P. mirror. I have never had a room this nice ever in my entire adult life. Despite the few hiccups that we ran into, I couldn't have asked for a better result. I don't think you guys are ready. 3 days of painting, refinishing furniture, and putting together all the little pieces that make this room what it was. It truly feels like Hotel de Leaf. I'm not even kidding you. And we only had one casualty. My mirror. My vanity mirror. Yep, when we moved the mattress, it fell over on top of the antique vanity and shattered it. Steven and I are still in one piece though, so we are going to celebrate that. And one last reminder for you guys to go check out Brooklinen's special sale for you guys by using the link in the description box. Guys, this result is way too good. Thank you, Brooklinen, for this amazing bedding set and for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and flash back to what we started with, okay? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy this type of content as well as decluttering content and real life cleaning, please hit that subscribe button. I would love for you guys to join me on this journey. If you haven't already, go say something kind to yourself, and we will see you in the next one. Bye now.